Hello, welcome back to QPT Beenleigh. This is Dylan Kimlin. You are currently watching the Open Mixed Gold Medal match. I'll just catch a score there by official Rammer Murphy. He's currently all dressed up because we've just come from the events night. 0-1-1. So the team on the left in the blue, a lovely couple, Thanh and Leona. Beautiful shot there by David. And on the right, in the black, we have David and Jane. 0-1-2. I was having a chat to the scoring desk before I came up for this match, and these guys actually versed each other leading into the in the round robin series. David seems to be on fire whipping those drives. Good bit of cross-thinking action here. Leona and Jane were once women's partners back in the day, so I'm sure they know each other's strengths and weaknesses all too well. But yeah, as I was saying, I was talking to the scoring desk, and Leona and Thanh won the last matchup this tournament as David poaches the balls, smashes it down the line. That is a beautiful shot. 2-0-2. Ruberry to serve. So one thing we'll probably see from this game is Thanh and Leona love that explosive, fiery play style. Definitely that badminton play coming into effect. Great cover there by Thanh. Well done. Whereas David and Jane are a little bit more, how do I word it? A little bit more calm. David obviously has some crazy driving action, but they're not afraid to slow it down and dink as well. So it'd be nice to see how both teams take this going forward. So this match will be a best of 3. First to 11, win by 2. As the ball's rolled onto the other court. So that's the bronze medal match over there. We got the Victorians versing Brendan and Beck. As Thanh serves that into the net there. Good that we got a little bit of a crowd. 2-2-1. A lot of the players were exhausted and went home. It's a great drive there by David. A lot of the players went home after the events, or some of them are still there partying. Be interesting to see how many of them turn up for the singles events tomorrow. That's a beautiful shot, straight down the middle. 4-2-1. Temperature has definitely dropped. If you're watching any of the previous streams, I did mention that it has been a very hot day today. There's a hole in David's paddle, apparently, as that just slips through. Crowd having a solid giggle here. The 5-2-2, Richardson serve. But yeah, the heat has definitely dropped. It's probably a good time there for David to slow it down. He's obviously feeling it. David's one of those confidence players. If he's feeling good with his drive, he will continuously attack. Oh, that's a wonderful pickup, and that is in. Oh, And Richardson with a flick to keep in the game continues to attack. Thanh to serve. 2-5-2. Thanh still using the spin serve. Still currently legal here in Australia. That will change. Wonderful placement there by Leona. However, Ruberry and Richardson managed to creep up. We find ourselves in a dinking rally. There's a wonderful rally. Both teams played so well there. 3-5-2. Time to serve. That's in the knee. Thanh not fast enough to get out of the way. I think it would have bounced in anyway, to be honest. That's side away. Richardson to serve. Oh, David normally licks his lips at those ones. 5-3-2, Ruberry to serve. So I haven't seen any alarming or obvious playstyles just so far from the teams. I have noticed David is using a lot of his backhand. I don't know whether that's a deliberate ploy from Thanh and Leona or if it's just happening to be the case. 3-5-2, Leona to serve. Wow. I think Thanh just hit about 3 chicken wing shots in a row and it worked out. 4-5. For viewers at home just wondering what just happened, Thanh and Leona have double checked if they were on the right side of the court. Players are well within their right to do that as we have a wonderful shootout happening. Richardson gets one up there on Thanh. But as a result, Thanh and Leona have swapped to the other serving side. David to serve. Here comes the drive. And again, Leona has managed to hold on tight. There's that backhand. Yeah, I'd be curious to see whether this is a common thing here. Maybe this is what Thanh and Leona are aiming for. 5-4-2. That sounded like it hit the handle. 4-5-1. For viewers at home, that's a very good shot there by David, targeting the top left shoulder. Thanh is right-handed. The idea is you want to get in the player's head, whether they think it's going out, whether they think they can hit the ball. We've had a side out. 5-4-1. Typically, teams try to avoid volleying against Thanh and Leona because their reaction speed is nuts and they have lightning fast hands, but David and Jane seem to be taking it to them currently. Any attempt there by Thanh. Unfortunate. Thanh definitely one of the leading players to have successful earnings, not only in the QPT but just across tournaments in Australia. Once again, if we can get analytics going, that is definitely a statistic I would love to see. And that's gone into the crowd. Jen throwing a pencil away. Need safety glasses. 4-6-2. Oh, good discipline. Leona definitely looked like she was considering it. Pulled a paddle out. 5-6-2. Time to serve. The wind has definitely dropped a little bit. Earlier today, I spoke to several players at the events ceremony that we just had, and that has just gone along there by Leona. And some of the players were saying it was some of the windiest conditions they've ever played in. But it is definitely dropped now. It's actually quite still. Oh, it's a beautiful shot there by David. Wonderful backhand roll, resulting in a timeout. Team Huynh. Not too sure what the score is on the other court there. Looks like they're also having a timeout, as Brendan and Beck seem to have servers currently. So I will be streaming the singles tomorrow. For new viewers at home, maybe you're watching on the couch. Fun way to spend the Saturday. But you might have a family or a family member or a friend showing you the wonderful sport of pickleball. Typically we play it in doubles, here in Australia anyway. But singles is definitely a method to play in, and some people prefer it. 8-5-1, Ruberry to serve. But following on from that, I will be doing the singles matches. Be very interesting to see if it's as warm and windy as it was today. And that is clipped Thanh in the chin. Pickleball is a non-contact sport, apparently. Thanh has already copped 2 balls above his shoulder thus far. It is a gold medal match, though. All is fair. Now that there's a little bit of etiquette for the players at home that may have just seen what David did. So typically, if there's... I'll continue on my train of thought in a bit. Wonderful hands there. Good shootout. So typically what happens if there's 2 balls, if there's a potential new ball in play, or if you get another ball on the side, you let the other players know if you've swapped balls. As Ruberry's ball's a little bit short there. And the reason for that is a new ball plays incredibly different to an old ball. And if you change the ball up without telling your opposition, it's actually quite rude. So it was really nice little bit of sportsmanship there by David. Great pickups here by Leona. They're on the ropes. Can they pull themselves out of it? Unfortunately not. Wonderful pressure by Richardson and Ruberry. 5-10-2. Leona to serve. Wonderful athleticism there. Even better placement. 10-5-1, match point. That's called out. I will say David has had plenty of forehand drives since I mentioned the backhand earlier on in the game. Typically, if someone has a powerful forehand, you want to avoid it. There you go. That's bread and butter, Tana Leona. Speed the ball up in a low position, calls the pop-up, finish. I've said for a very long time that Leona has the hardest smash in Australian pickleball. There's a wonderful shot there by David. Just skimmed it in. Second serve. 5-10-2. Six, 10-2. Once again, solid discipline. It's a couple out balls now there for David. 7-10-2. That's just gone long. Once again, match point. 10-7. Oh, the shootout. Ruberry Richardson gets first game. The players will have a brief hiatus and then swap sides. Wonderful shot there by Aaron. If you can see the other game going on up the top. Jen and Sunda having a good giggle in the middle of the court. So the venue we're playing at, Beenleigh, had a... that's a wonderful view there, Sunda, if you're watching this later on. Maybe be wary where you're going to be touching your toes from here on out. The venue we're currently playing at got a little bit of accolades during the 002. A little bit of accolades during the Queensland Awards night, with Wesley Vine taking the Queensland Men's Player of the Year. Wesley does represent the club of Beenleigh. 0-0-1, Leona to serve. Relentless there by David. Leona did well though. Scrappy play to keep alive, but unfortunately couldn't keep it up. You will get good views here from our current side. Once again, great shot there by David. I say David is getting a majority of the balls here. It's just an interesting side note, but from this particular view, for viewers at home, you'll be able to see the crazy amount of spin that Thanh gets on his serve. Just had a brief interruption there by official Ramamurthy. Pretty much everyone in the Australian scene does not argue with Jen. And for good reason. She knows her stuff. Second server, 0-0-2. Yeah, David is definitely feeling himself ripping those drives. 0-0-1, Leona to serve. It's just fallen in. 1-0-1. Nice long serve there. There's a net roll. There's two of them in that little rally. 1-0-2. That is a confident shot there by David. Ruberry calls the pop-up. Richardson finishes it off. Well played. 0-1-1. Oh, wow. David is definitely feeling himself right now. Multiple attacks on the ball. 1-1-1. May's number for any Beenleigh locals here. Didn't last long. 2-1-1. Leona getting a little bit frustrated with herself here. 3-1-2. A shred of pain in it. Called out. 1-3-1. 2-3-1. The spectators on the side, I can hear them where I'm sitting. They all look like they should have a beer in their hand. That's really well played there by David. As I said earlier, Thanh is renowned for attempting earnies. David obviously saw that was going to happen, and easy way to stop someone earning is whack the ball at them while they're in transition to get in position for the earnie. Very hard to hit the ball when in that position. Richardson to serve. Oh, how did he get that? There's that famous Leona smash. I'm still trying to figure out how David managed to return that ball. He's done 2 of them this series. Crazy backhand flick. It's awesome to see. That's a net bounce. Worked out well in the end. 4-2-2. That's relentless pressure there by Thanh and Leona. Bread and butter for them. 2-4-1. Nice long return serve there. Thanh unfortunately doing a baby wobble. Couldn't keep balance. We've all been there. Especially me, I've got a rather large head. So I find myself falling into the kitchen quite a bit. And there was a much more balanced shot from Team Huynh. Thanh to serve. 3-4-2. Look at the spin on this serve. Interestingly, as that goes long, looks like Thanh isn't doing the spin serve. Here we go. Look at that angle. Crazy. David returns with ease. And as a result, we get a side away. 4-4-1. Ruberry to serve. There's that Ernie. Nice roll there by Richardson. put them in an uncomfortable spot. That's the entire goal. Pickleball. Doing your best to make your oppositions as that goes long. Opposition feel that they can't return the ball in a method that they'd like to. Five, 4, 2. That first drive was exquisite by David, but Thanh did very well to get it back. 4-5-1. The feedback from the players I've had was that this was a very well run tournament. So as I always do, I would like to give credit to the tournament organisers, the officials. We have a timeout. But also to the players. We've had a lot of players here that have travelled. As I mentioned earlier, we've got Team Victoria up on the bronze medal match currently. We have players from all across the state have come down today. And the weather now is absolutely beautiful. Thankfully, no rain. Players are returning to the court. So for this event, for viewers at home, we are using the X40s. They're Franklins. They're very commonly used here in Australia. We do occasionally use other balls, as I'm watching Aaron unfortunately just miss a ATP. 6-5-1, Leona to serve. Oh, that's a wonderful transition there by Thanh. That's a well-deserved point. Great shots. Relentless pressure there by Richardson, but they managed to pull through. Well done. Thanh and Leona's transitions have dramatically improved since the first game, especially considering how lethal David and Jane can be when they get a drive opportunity. Five, 7-1. Oh, look at that return right in the corner. Perfect. Some of the quickest hands in Australian pickleball right now on display. Wonderful shootout there. Six, 7-1. Close game. There's that drive that David is renowned for. They have a timeout via Thanh and Leona. 7-7. So this tournament, the players have had 2 timeouts, or the players are allocated 2 timeouts per match, per game. And due to the heat today, everyone took the advantage, or everyone took the opportunity to take timeouts. Plenty of water consumed today. I recall an event we had here a couple of years ago. We had several people with heat stroke. And this Queensland heat can definitely take the best of us. That's a Territorian saying that too. 7-7-1. Richardson to serve. Straight away, he's firing up. Oh, wow. What a shot. Both teams finding form midway through this second match. 7-7-2. Leona definitely bringing the energy. Whereas on the other side of the court, David and Jane are very calm and collected people. David is routinely known as the Iceman here in the southeast Queensland region. Beautiful shot by Thanh. Open the gap, plays perfectly. Yeah, frequently known as the Iceman because he's so cool. 8-7-2. Leona and Thanh have a slight lead here. Wonderful reset. Oh, wow. There were several wonderful resets there by Team Huynh. Fortunately, they hit it a bit too long. 7-8-1, Richardson to serve. That's well played. Very patient play there. 8-8-1. Once again, this game's going to 11. We're up to game 2. David and Jane got called in no man's land there. About a metre ahead of the baseline. Very hard to return a drive or a smash from that location. Side away. This is shaping to be a thrilling finish here. 8-8. Than's drive just a little bit short there. 8-8-2. Leona's resets this game have been absolutely phenomenal. She's been getting pelted up. 8-8-1. It's a timeout there. Time and Leona. For that particular shot, Thanh usually relishes them. As I said earlier, him and Leona have a very solid smash game. The kind of players you would not want to verse in beach volleyball, I can tell you that. Absolutely flatten the ball. Had a chat to the first aid team here earlier on today. Seems that we had no injuries. No major ones anyway. Always what we want to hear. As the players are returning to court. Official Ramamurthy getting in position. 9-8-1. Ruberry to serve. Game 2 of the gold medal match. You love to see it. Very patient play there by Leona. Typically she's the one that fires first, but patience won in the end. 9-8-2. Oh, side away. Important period of play here. 8-9-1. See what Leona and Thanh can do with the opportunity. That is uncharacteristic of David. Typically very patient. Tied game, 9-9-1. We have a timeout here by Richardson and Ruberry. Very solid time to use a timeout. Momentum building here for Thanh and Leona. We have frequently spoken about the advantageous use of timeouts throughout our former QPT streams. And the reason that Ruberry and Richardson have done a timeout right now is because it's match point. They want to kill momentum for Thanh and Leona on the right. Timeouts. Typically, short breather, have a drink, kill momentum, get back into it. Match point. And that's the game. I definitely think that match there was one on Leona's resetting. Absolutely beautiful play. And also, David had plenty of forehand drive opportunities, which, if you play against David, you know they're lethal when you try and avoid it. But Thanh and Leona rose to the challenge. They clearly wanted that. So we have one game apiece. Going to a game 3. Now, for those that haven't played in a tournament situation here in Australia, well, here in Queensland anyway, for the QPT series, essentially the game will go to 11, win by 2. However, the first team to get to 6, both teams will swap sides on the court. And for those that don't play pickleball and may be watching and wonder why is that the case, essentially this is the final dash, final opportunity to win a gold. And as I said earlier, wind has been playing a part throughout this event. Want both teams to have an opportunity to score on both sides of the court. Players just having a chat to Jen right now. Bit of a Brisbane Pickleball Club representation for this match. All 4 players doing plenty throughout that segment. Both Thanh and Leona spent a bunch of time out at McGregor. And David and Jane are frequently spotted just throughout multiple venues within the BPC catchment. Both teams are also frequently sighted here at the Beenleigh location that we're currently playing at. So I can't really say that there's a home advantage because both teams play here quite a bit. It's a wonderful court to be playing on. Wonderful show court. We have to give plenty of thanks for Gordon for teeing up the grandstands that we can see the crowd sitting on the right there. They're having a good old chat. Throughout the day, we had gazebos. Players were enjoying the shade and the cool breeze. And yeah, well done to the PAQ team and whomever assisted with the grandstands because they look great. 0-0-2, game 3, gold medal match. Final match of the QPT mixed opens event. And it's starting with a side away. Be very curious to see how this match plays out. Both teams have had a good look at each other now. They know what's worked as they've both taken the game. And immediately we can see Thanh and Leona playing a little bit more towards Jane. 0-2. Relentless. When David gets those opportunities, he does not slow down. First blood goes to Richardson and Ruberry. 1-0-2. Zero one one. Zero one two. I don't even know what happened there. The ball just... It was like a googly or a wrong'un, and the ball is just kicked off in a completely unexpected direction. Well, we've had a side away. And we'll continue on with things that normally make sense, like a tarn smash. 1-0-2. Oh, it's a wonderful shot there by David. Leona has been under immense pressure thus far to start the game. And it's definitely working for Richardson and Ruberry. 2-0-2, Ruberry to serve. I think that's the first lob we've seen this game. Intentional lob anyway. Throughout the series. Richardson mixing things up. 0-2-1. One, two, one. Tie game. 2-2-2. We find ourselves in the gold medal match of the open mixed event. This is when pressure starts to kick in. Both teams playing some very good pickleball here. Whoever can hold their nerve will walk home with a medal. Oh, I mean, both teams will be walking home with a medal, but one will be slightly more shinier than the other. 2-2-2. Richardson to serve. Oh, David's just had a bit of a tumble there. We would not want this game marred by an injury. Wonderful sportsmanship there by Thanh and Leona. Immediately checked on David. 3-2-2. I did mention the heat earlier today. That might be having an effect here, especially when the body starts to seize up. We've had our first foot fault of the match. Thanh have stepped into the kitchen or hitting the ball on the full. 4-2-2. And foot faults, I did mention nerves and pressure earlier. Foot faults are definitely a symptom of that. 5-2-2. Richardson Ruberry building a healthy lead here. 6-2-2. So here the players will swap. We've also had a timeout called, so I'm not too sure whether they will take that time or not. Seems like the players are. Tan's just having a conversation here with the official Ramamurthy regarding the foot fault. Like I said earlier, most people don't argue with Jen. But Tan's just checking how close he was. I've just overheard Leona saying that they still have 2 timeouts, so that there was not a timeout use. It was just the rotation period. That's side away. 2-6. Now, I haven't been down on the courts to actually see which side is favoured via the wind. 2-6-1. From my understanding, the wind is actually a cross breeze blowing from currently where official Ramamurthy is to the other side. So really there shouldn't be an advantageous location on the court. 3-6-1. Can Thanh and Leona build some momentum? That is a beautiful return there. Beautiful pickup. Most people would struggle to return that. Team Huynh are doing well. Can Richardson and Ruberry maintain their lead? Oh, what a return. Bit of cross-dinking action. And that has just gone long. One thing I have to give Thanh and Leona is they've been very disciplined with their outballs. They've scored multiple points because of it. Speaking of outballs, Richardson returns a favour and lets it go. Ruberry to serve, 6-5-1. Multiple dink rolls here. That's a failed lob. Some would say that is quite fortunate for Thanh and Leona there, as that lob did not go to plan. 6-5-2, Richardson to serve. Targeting that forehand once more. Richardson will typically win most of those battles. 7-5-2. Five, 7-1. Game 3, gold medal match. Pressure mounting. Will the players rise with it? Second server, Leona to serve. If you're just tuning in, on the right side we have Team Huynh in the blue as they advance down to the field. Thanh with a beautiful smash there. On the left side, or the further north side of the court, we have Richardson and Ruberry in the darker clothes. 6-7-2. Players just confirming who is serving the ball. 6-7-2. Wonderful possession. Thanh poached a little bit too hard there, and David has acknowledged that. A wonderful shot. 7-6-1. See if Thanh sets up for an Ernie here. It's his go-to when he's playing down the side. No, instead they just target Jane's forehand there and jammed her up a little bit. 7-6-2. Oh, well played, David. He thought about it. We've got a timeout from Thanh and Leona. Things we've seen this match. And if you have seen particular play styles at home, please post a comment on things you think have worked for both teams. I've definitely seen a lot of forehands go to David Richardson. Whether he's poaching a little bit more and covering a bit more court, I'm not too sure, but he seems to be getting a lot of the ball. Whereas Thanh and Leona have played a little bit more balanced. They're both getting plenty of it. 8-7-2. Ruberry to serve. Game 3, gold medal match. Tensions are high. Ooh, very close there. Leona's just mentioned the pressure there, if you can hear it. 6-8-1. Bit flat there on the recovery. David's drive is a little bit higher too, but he'll take it. That's a bit of an impatient strike there by Thanh. A little bit unbalanced when he struck that. 8-6-1. Richardson and Ruberry find themselves in an ideal position. Than's just hit that in a little bit of an awkward angle, resulting in the out. Richardson and Ruberry have a very healthy lead right now. And a net bounce will definitely favour them there. 10-6, match point. Richardson and Ruberry currently holding the lead for the gold medal match. Final match here of the Queensland Pickleball Tour. So what the tour is, for the players at home that are not too sure, essentially majority of the players in this particular event today had to win a golden ticket throughout various events across the state throughout the year. And then that grants them the opportunity to play in this event. It's more or less the best of the best. As a result, we've seen some top-notch pickleball throughout the day. 10-6-2, match point, Richardson to serve. Here we go. Six, 10-1. What can Leona and Thanh do with the opportunity that they've been given? There's a beautiful strike there by David. Very hard to recover a shot like that. Full pelt, down at the ankles. 6-10-2. There's a wonderful return. Richardson's returns have been fantastic this game. 10-6-1, match point. And that's it. Ruby and Richardson have taken the gold medal match. And silver will go to Thanh and Leona Huynh. Thank you to Jen Ramamurthy for being the official for this match. For the viewers at home, this will do us for tonight. We are going to wind it up. It is getting quite late here. But we will be on tomorrow. We've got singles. I'll be doing my best to cover the finals for that as well. For the viewers at home that might not necessarily be able to watch now, we also are streaming this on the Pickleball Association Australia YouTube channel. So if you want to watch later on, all of the matches will be there also. Once again, thank you for tuning in today. My name's Dylan Kimlin, and we are signing out for today.